Okay, I don't know what happened there, but my computer decided to take a shit on me. And I am back up. Of course, that killed the Team Talk server that all the co-hosts were in. So I'm waiting for them to rejoin. Hopefully they haven't given up on me, and hopefully we won't get another computer crash. That's a little concerning that would happen. But we should be back up now. I'm just working on bringing up the NHB stream. Although that window's freezing on me now. Okay. But we are, well, when I say we, I mean me. I'm back on the Twitch and the YouTube. Should be streaming to YouTube. Although that's probably going to start a new YouTube capture. So we're just waiting for everyone to join back in. I did send out a Twitter alert letting people know, yep, it was a crash. I'm back. But I don't see anyone jumping in yet. Oh, well, Venison's jumping in, but he jumped into the wrong channel again. He'll figure it out. All right, well, there we go. There we go. We got you back in the room, I think. But do you have sound?
Oh, there we go.
There
Where
we
did
go.
everybody else go?
Well, the server got killed when my computer crashed, so I'm waiting for them to rejoin.
Oh, you too, huh?
Yeah, I blame you.
Oh, sure.
Anyways, yeah. So,
Oh God, so many things happening. I'm stoned as fuck.
so hopefully they'll be rejoining us soon. Oh, well, there's
one.
There's one.
Hi.
Hey, all right. So yeah, I don't know. I blame Venison. His computer's infecting my computer.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. My computer's been hanging out with Venison's computer. Is what happened there? I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't look in, blog.com.
Okay, I won't.
It's a folder. You don't want to see the sex in there.
Okay.
What?
Oh.
Nothing.
Venison's trying to promote a porn site, it sounds like.
Huh?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Yeah, I had a BIOS update all of a sudden. So my computer decided to restart.
Ugh. Now hopefully Brian figures out we can rejoin now. And hopefully he'll be along shortly. I hope he didn't give up. Like, well, I guess that's the end of the show.
Now, what the hell of a coincidence? I crashed. She had to do a reboot, and you crashed, and now Brian is gone.
Yeah. This is all your fault somehow, Venison.
All in the space of 3 minutes. What the fuck are you doing?
All right. Well, I need to rename a file. Part 1. There we go. Oh no, it's doing that stupid thing where it thinks that the file's still being written to even though it's not, so I can't even rename the file. So it's going to be stuck until I reboot that. So now I'm going to have to set this to write to a different file.
Here's Brian.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Locked up like a drum.
Yeah, it did. What I was starting to say is, and I don't think this is...
The stream is back up.
Yeah, everything is back up, and maybe all the viewers are finding their way back, or maybe they went and found something more entertaining to watch. than us talking about. Oh no, please don't be on. Oh, good, it's not.
We still hear you.
My video display preview and OBS had frozen, and that's what tipped me off the first time. So it's like, don't you do it again. Don't you dare do it again. But what I was getting,
it will.
What I was getting to, why is that showing up like that? Okay, there we go. We're all back.
I'm not showing up on the YouTube stream yet.
No,
For how long? How long?
And all my videos are freezing again on the OBS. So I don't know what the heck is up with this computer. I hope we're still streaming. Audio is okay. Vid is locked. Well, that's okay because OBS shows the vid being locked too. So it's an OBS issue. Okay, and now the videos are and now it's freezing.
I appeared on the YouTube.
What the heck is going
I'm
on
still
here?
Moving. I see you are a little jerky. Keep moving your head around a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I might be working on that, but I'm not working on OBS, which means it's sending out a still picture. What the what the fuck is up with that? I don't. I mean, it's the same thing I do every week, so it's not like I'm suddenly overloading the computer with way more.
And you completely rebooted the computer?
Yeah.
OBS did have an update.
Shots.
And NIN Fanium writes in, "How are you? Are you okay? Do you feel like you need help? Are you also experiencing buffering?" And the last question was only a joke.
Buffer.
And the video moved again briefly and then immediately stopped, and I can't even get my task manager window to come up. And no, I don't think it's Twitch.
And Lulu is either
Completely.
frozen on the YouTube or she just isn't moving.
No, like I said, everything is frozen on the OBS, which is what's sending to the YouTube and everything. So,
Oh, I see. It does move a little bit here and there.
right, and that's
Dang.
and that is OBS.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna bring something up so we can finish this. Or see if you can bring it up.
Oh, good. That's working.
The audio on the YouTube seems to be working.
Right, the audio's working. But that seems to be all that's working. All right, sorry.
So maybe we should just make various action poses.
No, you know what we're going to do? This is a radio show, and we're going to do the radio show. So
Johnny, have you heard of StreamYard?
StreamYard. No, you know,
StreamYard?
something is pegging my CPU. And now we're going to figure out what it is.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Okay, Team Talk is pegging my CPU, but it's the same Team Talk I was using earlier, so I don't know why it would be. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue the show, and we're going to ignore the problem. Because the problem is a video problem, and we are a radio show. The show can go on with 1 frame a minute. So, yes, Dune, you are correct. Thank you for the observation. And now, let's continue. So, as I was saying, the other similar thing I have, which is never anything that makes me feel like dark or that bad, but as you all know, I'm a very nostalgic person, and sometimes there's a type of nostalgia I feel that makes me feel this feeling that I can only describe as like an empty void type of feel. And because, as we all know, time only moves in one direction. It only goes forward. But you're still very connected to the time that recently passed. You know, the whole time you grew up in a house, you still lived in that house. You could still go back there. Your room existed. Yeah, yesterday was gone, but you could still go to that place. You're still very connected to that time. You're still there. But then you hear a song you haven't heard in like 20 years, and it makes you feel that feeling of hanging out in your room, sitting in front of your record player, listening to that song, and I get struck with this really empty void of that is gone. That is completely gone, and it will never exist again.
Did you ever revisit your elementary school?
No, I haven't.
You know, like when you're in high school age or whatever, you go back to the elementary school and for a visit.
I've never gone back to the elementary school, but I have gone back.
I mean, it's just such a bizarre thing.
Yes.
Because you go into the classroom and you go, oh my God, these desks are tiny.
Okay, I have had an experience like that.
How did I ever fit in it?
Because you don't feel like that you've grown that much because you don't notice it while it's happening. You just notice that it's happened.
Well, especially if you've got a gap, you know, so you were in that room, say, in 5th grade, and then, you know, you're in 10th grade or 12th grade, things are completely different. You recognize the room, but everything seems tiny.
Right. You know, I mean...
Is Lulu frozen there?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, we're all frozen, but that's okay.
Well, I'm on the team talk.
Yeah, I know
Able to
what you
move
mean.
there.
Okay.
But yeah, on the YouTube, we do tend to not move around that much. YMCA, right?
Anyways.
Actually, I'm probably too close to the camera for anybody to really recognize that.
Anyways, yeah, so that was...
You don't want to know what I'm doing on YouTube.
But has anyone ever felt that kind of feeling when thinking back in time? Like at realization that that is something that is gone forever. There's no connection left to it. And it kind of has this empty void feel to it. And I'm not...
Oh, sure.
And it's not a...
Oh, yeah, I got it out all the time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So
but that's because of the weed.
No. Maybe possibly. No, that makes me remember more, actually. Back then. The old neighborhood, so many things gone.
Yeah. But, you know,
Oh,
it's...
yeah, that'd be gone forever.
And that's another one of those feelings...
by the way, the elementary school building that I went to was taken down a couple years ago. So that it no longer exists.
Yeah.
There is I think it's a charter school that's there now. Quite sure what it is.
Well,
but they replaced the building.
Well, it's always weird to try to go back to things that you kind of can, but that you find out you really can't. And the weirdest instance I have of that was my first visit back to Maine after moving to California. You know, because...
So, what, 5 years had passed? Something like that?
Well, not even. Maybe a few years had passed. And that was... I never got that sense visiting family back home because my parents moved out of the house I grew up in shortly after I moved out of the house. So by the time I came back to visit, it was another house. And now I kind of realize, looking back at that really transitioned to, you know, going back to visit was a completely different experience from
But you're talking
what I
about
grew
a
up
house in New Jersey, right?
No, yeah. So I never got the eerie visiting home experience after moving out, because visiting home was always a unique, different experience. But when I moved to California a few years later, I came back and I visited Seth up in Maine, and my first thought was, oh, this is going to be awesome. You know, and I wasn't thinking like it's going to be just like living there again, because I knew it wouldn't. But I was like, it's going to be like old times. And
it's not.
Right.
And parts of it were. Going out record shopping with Seth is always like old times. It's always, you know, there's maybe some things that change, but it's still hanging out. But yeah, it was not what I was expecting. I came back to the trailer, and it was, he had rearranged everything. Things are in different places. The look was different. The room the room that used to be my room was repainted a different color and had completely different stuff in it. And so it was this weird feeling that caught me by surprise. It all made sense. I didn't feel like this makes no sense. It made perfect sense, but it caught me by surprise. It's a very unsettling feeling to go back to a familiar environment in a completely unfamiliar way.
Well, so a couple years ago, I visited my brother in Connecticut, and we went to our old hometown. Okay. And he had a client there that he was working with. So he just gave me the keys to his cars, and I drove around a little bit to visit this friend of ours. And so I get on the road, and everything is different. Like, oh, that corner there was, you have the Farm Shop restaurant in New Jersey?
The what?
The Farm Shop. It's
No,
just a diner.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. It's a lot like Friendly's.
Oh, okay.
Friendly's, right? So there was a place called the Farm Shop that was on this corner. There was this other restaurant that was a local diner that, in fact, I had worked at for one summer. You know, all these places are gone. There were very few things I could recognize. Although, up on the left is the high school, so I know exactly where I am, but everything else is different.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm driving down the road, and I recognize the feel of the road. How it would kind of go up and then down, then turn to the left, and what. That I recognize 100%. But nothing else. It was very weird.
That is, yeah. I could see.
And it had been 30 years since I'd been there.
But it's fun to discover a very familiar thing that you never even thought about. And I think the closest...
Even there was something about the junior high school that I went to was different.
Oh, that last part got cut out.
Oh, sorry. The junior high school that I went to, something about it was different. Maybe the signage is that it's used for something different. I'm not sure.
Bizarre. Yeah, I mean, it is always weird when things are completely different, and then there's something the same there. Something unsettling, something bizarre, uncanny. Maybe uncanny is a good descriptive word for the feeling that you get with something familiar, but so different at the same time.
Right.
And if I was asking you about the dryer, I think Gothard got that dryer replaced shortly after I left.
Did you ruin it?
I didn't ruin it. We got hand-me-down wash. Actually, I think the washer and dryer that we had in that trailer, I think they came with the trailer, and they worked. But at some point, the dryer developed a squeal, a squeak, and the thing is that I was a lazy SOB, so I had
no.
and so my job at the bank required me to wear a dress shirt every day. I couldn't get away with just a polo shirt every day like I transitioned to once
you were working at a bank.
Right. Even though I was working in the back office at a bank, it was still a bank, and so I didn't
yeah. They have standards.
I didn't have to wear a tie, but I had to wear a dress shirt.
It's a bank.
It's a bank. Yes. So, but I'm not a fan of
That was a
ironing.
visual effect there for the radio show.
Yeah, by the way, our cameras are working again. So,
Yeah, you coming out to the bank, lobby, wearing a T-shirt that says "fuck this" does not deal well.
I tell you,
Does not deal well with employee relations.
I would bank at that bank. I would. I'd be like, right on.
And by the way, there's going to be a new sign at these retail stores when we're all opened up again.
Yeah?
It won't be just no shirts, no shoes, no service. It'll be no shirts, no shoes, no mask, no pants, no service.
They had to include the pants.
Yeah, because people forgot to wear them. Oh, damn.
Yes. So, anyways,
That can happen. You're at home, all relaxed, and all of a sudden, oh, I gotta go here, and you forgot your pants.
so my
Oh, you know what's really funny?
Mhm.
So this friend of mine was, living a long time in L.A., and there was this earthquake, as that happens in California,
right.
and everybody runs outside. This was at night. Everybody runs outside, and this one guy, you're meeting all your neighbors. One guy says, "Hey, buddy, you're naked," and the guy points back and says, "You're naked too."
Anyways,
Damn.
so the story with the dryer is that at some point the dryer developed a squeal, and since I was lazy, my morning routine consisted of waking up at like 5:30 a.m., which was way earlier than Seth had to wake up, grabbing a dress shirt, throwing it in the dryer, letting the dryer run for 5 minutes to release the wrinkles, and then put the shirt on. Right. And so one of Seth's gripes was that I always made the dryer squeal in the morning, which would wake him up in the morning, and we never got into a fight or an argument over it, but it was just one of those things, and so on a show, I tried to demonstrate, when we were talking about it, I was like, here, let me show you. And I took the microphone over to the dryer, and I put on the dryer, and it wouldn't make a squeal. Like, it was, microphone shy. So that's when I said, you know what I should do? I should stream this every morning. Because if I put the microphone on and stream the dryer, then it won't squeal, and then it won't wake up Seth. And so I don't have the recordings of the episodes anymore, but I did do it for like 2 or 3 mornings, and I even made a promo for it that ran in the automation, and I still have the promo.
All right.
Hey, this is Johnny Gators reminding you to tune in every Monday through Friday morning at 5:30
That's the
a.m. for
dryer?
Wake Up with Gators. 5 minutes of listening to my dryer squeal. You won't want to miss it. That's every Monday through Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fuck you, dogga. Right here on NHB Radio Network.
So that was the
Oh
dryer.
my God! With a squeal like that, I want to punch you in the face.
Oh, really?
What do you
Actually,
mean
Good
punch
thing-
him in the face? That
Good
deserves a
thing-
kick in the fucking balls.
well,
I think Seth didn't have a gun.
you know what Seth said here's the thing. Seth was a non-confrontational type of person, because it was only when
Yeah.
we started talking about this on the
Still is,
show.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's still pretty mellow, laid back.
Hello.
It's
Is
the,
he listening?
it's the weed. It's the weed, man.
He listening?
Nah, probably not. We need to get
Aw.
we need to get him in here one of these weeks. He keeps saying he's going to join us next week, and then
Yeah.
he always gets busy, I guess. I'll have to give him a call this weekend, see what's up.
Yeah, he only
And-
says
and hey,
that to
Marge,
get
are
rid
you-
of you.
Marge, are you listening?
His Mars listening.
After all, we got the stream working.
Mars is sit back, tuned into the stream, sipping down some Folgers right now as we speak. We all know
That's
it.
right.
We all know it. Anyways, no, I think when Gothard actually started talking about his real opinions about my morning routine, his major complaints were I make the dryer squeal, and then I bang all the pots to make eggs and sausage and eggs, and then I put on an episode of Mama's Family, and he's got to listen to Vicki
Why
Lawrence's
does he
screeching
just
voice.
yell out, "Hey, just go get breakfast at McDonald's"?
But that was one of his. He had those 3 complaints: squealing dryer, banging pots and pans, Mama's voice on Mama's Family. Because I always ran episodes of Mama's Family at like 5 in the morning for some reason. And I love Mama's Family.
Hey, you know what's really fun?
Shit.
You know what's really fun?
What's that?
So if you go to a place like Moorea, that's part of Tahiti.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're in one of those nice grass shack kind of places.
Yeah.
Well, they also have feral chickens. So, like at 4:30 in the morning, that rooster starts strutting around crowing. What the hell, man? But you know what I did once? So I was getting kind of sick of it. So I kind of quietly got out of the grass shack and I started chasing the rooster.
Weed'll do that
I
to
would
you.
have shot
Chased
him.
the crap out of him.
The weed'll do
I
that
would
to
have
you.
shot him, man.
We
Shot
didn't
the
have
damn
never gone
bastard.
there. After all, that's
At breakfast.
This is France. They don't believe in shooting animals. I guess.
Dart gun.
What are you talking about? They'll fucking eat a horse.
Yeah, but that's different.
There's the super rooster. There you go.
Wow.
There's your wake-up call.
Well, you gotta mess that up. Where the hell did you get that version?
Well, that was the version that we created based on your description.
Yeah.
Why? Do you have the original? I didn't know if the original recording
Of
still
course.
existed. So this was my creation of it. Apparently,
Is that some guy calling for prayers?
no.
No!
Venison has a story that he took his reel-to-reel deck, recorded the sound of a rooster, and dubbed it really loud, and then set the reel-to-reel deck to play at half speed and blared it out his window, and it echoed down the street. And I think the policeman came out to investigate. So I emulated this by taking a sound effect of a rooster and setting it to half speed and adding a bunch of reverb like it was reverberating. So that's my approximation of the monster that raided Plainfield, New Jersey, that the police had to come out and investigate.
That was actually Warren.
More in New Jersey?
Yep, we scared the shit out of him for about 3 blocks. You know, people were hiding under covers, locking doors.
Oh, man.
And the good thing, we bring everything back inside. We only did it a couple of times, bring it back inside. And then 5 minutes later, here come the cops with the searchlights going.
You got the turkey?
What they have now, so, you know, I'm on Nextdoor, and once in a while, a person will post, hey, did you hear those gunshots?
Oh.
And then there's this part that says, you know, the police have this thing. They can pinpoint exactly where the sound comes from.
Comes from my pants.
That's pretty wild. Yes, your pants. Right.
Pants.
Oh, God. Oh, that night was sick. Oh, my God. The next morning, you know, 3 of the guys from the street came by. I spent the night, and, you know, they were totally into it. Did you hear that last night? and one dude, Kevin, was like, what the fuck, man? I was scared shitless. I was hiding under my bed and everything. And we just started busting up laughing, me and Rich. We were busting up laughing. And he said, what's so funny? And I told him, you were scared by a mutant chicken.
You know what's funny? On the
Wait. I had to run into the bathroom and lock the door because for the first time in my life, it was the only time I ever saw him pissed off. I ran. He kept banging on the door and shit, cursing me out.
Nice.
So on the Animal Planet channel, you know, on cable, is a show called Finding Bigfoot, where you get this team that goes out into the woods and they do various sounds to try to get Bigfoot to answer them.
Spoiler alerts, they never find Bigfoot.
Well, then the show would be over, right?
This
You know,
this show is right up there with the same standard that I lump
Oak Island.
Oak Island into.
Yeah,
Sure,
whatever happened
sure.
to that? Whatever happened to
Well,
that?
that's the season is over.
Oh, okay, so they're making another
so in
season.
the
Got it.
conclusion,
This just
they
said they still haven't
really
found the
find
treasure.
anything. They did demonstrate that this crud, you know, 200 feet underground, actually shifts along because they had thrown a coin down one well, because they have their well hole drills all over the place, and they retrieved it in another hole. So that means that coin had moved, and this is a period over a year,
We talking about
to this other hole that they had retrieved.
we're talking about Oak Island
So
or
they know that
Bigfoot?
there's Oak Island. Well, it's the
No,
same thing.
no! I have forbidden that topic. Get back on Bigfoot right now.
Okay, she just wanted to get the answer. So they found nothing, as Johnny predicted.
They found a coin that they dropped
the
down
next
there a
thing-
few years ago.
Well, they know that stuff is moving underground, right?
Oh my God!
there's
Stuff
like a
moves
mud river or
underground.
something.
Stuff moves underground.
Yes.
This is shocking.
Yes. It's shocking. Anyways, so the next phase is to build a huge hole
No.
200 feet down.
The next phase
And
is
they'll
to
say
drill another
it'll be
hole.
really expensive, and it will take 3 years to do. And we got 3 more seasons of this coming.
I knew it
But
was gonna
Bigfoot,
trigger
oh yeah, it's hilarious.
I got it. Bigfoot is hiding in the bottom of a hole on Oak Island.
He's in a bunker.
He's in the Oak Island bunker, and they're gonna need to dig
Yes.
another hole.
On Oak Island, it's called the War Room.
They're gonna dig this hole for 3 years. They're gonna find a sign that says, "This is not where Bigfoot is. He's 10 feet over that way." You're gonna have to build a hole twice as deep as this one, and then there's another 6 seasons beyond those 3 seasons.
That's right.
There
That's
you
right.
go. And then they're gonna get canceled right as before they find Bigfoot.
No, I think no, that's a different. It's a different channel. The Oak Island is on the History Channel, and Bigfoot's on the Animal Planet.
I don't care. They both suck.
No. The Bigfoot one is funny. It's just funny because they'll get these reports of where, hey, we saw a Bigfoot, blah blah blah, or heard one, or whatever. The team goes out there, and you know, some of the team members are total believers. We're gonna find this damn thing. There's one woman that is an actual scientist, so she's supposed to be the skeptic.
She's a scientist,
watch
and
it,
she's
you
on this
realize that-
TV show.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the skeptic, but you told her she's totally into this shit. It's hilarious. It is funny. Yes. Yes. It's funny. Okay. So what are you watching lately?
I've been rewatching Square One TV.
What's that?
Oh, it was another brilliant creation from the Children's Television Workshop to teach us all about math and why it's important.
Are you learning anything?
Yeah.
No.
Uh,
No.
Dune wants to know if Skype is on.
Not at the moment. I don't know. Given all the computer problems, I'm afraid to fire up something else that touches the sound card. Because it'll.
How's the CPU getting whacked?
The CPU is pegged at 100, but the video started working again. So we really push this computer to its limit when we do this show, which is what I was expecting when I started this half-ass plan of getting all of our video up here at the same time. I'm amazed. I'm still amazed this plan works.
Well, I tried giving you another option, but you're just like sort of passing it by.
Well, which option was that?
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Have you ever used that, Johnny?
We'll look into it.
I'll look into it.
Because I will tell you this, Team Talk does take a lot of fucking CPU memory.
It does. It does, especially when we're sending, 3 video streams across it, and then I'm screen capturing those 3 video streams, and then beaming them out. That is, but it works. It works. Oh, you know what though? Dune's asking if Skype is. Well, Dune, Team Talk is up. We could, you know what? Let's try to bring up the Skype, and because I think Dune wants to talk about Bigfoot, maybe.
Yeah.
But I forbid. Oh no! Skype's installing an update.
Yeah.
I now have a bar going across my screen, letting me know when the computer's going to crash. So. Mind you, I opened up Skype earlier when I started the show, and it didn't apply an update then. But no, 9:30 on a Monday evening is when Skype decides to release the update to be triggered to install the next time it's opened. Really? 9:30 on a Monday? Okay, let's see. Let's see what Dune wants to talk about, and let's see if this even works.
Skype is installing an update. That's the last thing I heard.
Well,
And then everything just went silent.
Oh, please tell me you're joking.
Well, no, because as soon as it rang, I'm on the iPad, so it took over.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that means welcome to the future. The Skype update took.
It worked.
It worked. So
I had to call, and I'm not going to stay long. I just had to. Brian was mentioning the whole Yeti thing, or the whatever with that lady.
Yeah.
That has the really interesting face. And I'm just going to leave it right there.
I'm missing something here.
She appears to have spent a lot of money having things arranged. I'm just going to leave that right there.
Arranged.
Okay. Brian, would you agree?
Yeah, I could go with that.
Okay. So anyway, there was an episode, and I about pissed myself when I thought about this. I told my wife we were watching this, and she's got this big speaker that's like a projector speaker, and she's holding this thing up, pointing it towards all these, like a mountain and this range where all these things are, and supposedly it's a sound of a Bigfoot. And I thought, if there was a God, there's somebody else just like her on the other side of the mountain with the same speaker pointing it back, and they're both filming at the same time, going, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" There's, the thought of that just made me. That's what makes me sleep at night with a smile.
And I totally agree. I mean, that show is just hilarious.
Oh my God, Dune. That's my happy place I'm going to the next time I wake up after a rough night of sleep. That's it.
Them spending hours in live streaming this back and forth. Did you hear that? Let me do 2 of them. I'd be like, oh God, yeah, it'd be great.
Because my first question is, where do you go to pick up a Yeti field recording?
I don't know, but
All
they
over
have
the
one.
place.
They have one.
Yeah, but aren't those all hoaxes?
Not according to her. It's like they had this great idea. They had this guy bring out this helium-filled blimp, and they were going to put this thing up in the sky at nighttime, and they were going to be able to cover so much area with this infrared camera. And they let this thing go, and the picture this thing takes to the ground is like laughable. I mean, you can't see anything, and they're like, "Ooh, look at that! That's a heat." It's like, oh God! Some of these shows, it's like you'll always have Oak Island. You know what I have? Have you ever? This is. I want somebody to prove me wrong on this. How many shows have you seen where they've had those ground penetrating radars? You know what I'm talking about? Where they drag them along?
Oh, yeah.
And it shows, okay, how many times have you ever in your life had them find anything? Nothing. Every single time they go, well, right here, you can tell there's a casket in the ground. They dig up and there's nothing there. And it's like, every single time.
Do you watch Josh Gates on his Exploration Unknown?
Yes, they do it all the time too.
Yeah, I mean, they use a lot of that, and sometimes they find
nothing.
things.
I've never
treasure
seen them.
that he looks for, no, you don't find that.
They always say, oh, there's a big box or something. There's never a box. There's never anything big. They might find the coin that was accidentally dropped in Oak Island. But
it's kind of like, you mean it's like that guy on the beach with the metal detector that bought it to find all this treasure and all these coins or whatever, and he finds every single soda can everyone ever threw out on the beach.
Pretty much. But with the whole thing, that ground penetrating radar thing just kills me. Because and the thing is, when the stories really get big is when they're like they're looking for Hitler's body or something somewhere, and they're in a parking lot. Well, obviously, right here you can see it. You can see the disturbance. You're like, whatever. Okay.
It could be anything. Yeah.
So I've never seen anybody find that yet. So, but still though. If nothing else, we should see if we can't get one of those Yeti speakers and go see if we can't talk to somebody.
Yeah, I have been tempted to go out in the woods sometime. One of the things I like is the tree knock.
The tree knock.
So you just
tree
get a
knock.
big
I think
stick
I forgot
and you
about
whack into
that.
a tree, and it makes a noise.
Okay.
And then then they make those howls. Yeah, so just go into the woods. Okay, nobody's that close to me, and just make a wicked howl.
So you're supposed to go into the woods, hit your trees with sticks, and then howl into the moon. And
that sounds like a rootin' tootin' party.
Now the Josh Gates one, that guy's cool. I like watching this stuff.
Which guy?
And actually, Josh Gates.
That's something we used to do.
Yeah, he's awesome. He actually does do some really cool stuff.
Is this like some kind of a mating call? I mean, do the ladies respond to this?
I don't know.
If I go out in the woods, start banging trees and howl into the moon, will I find a mating partner?
No, I guess same way she found that speaker that.
Lulu, does that do it for you? Do you go searching out these howling sounns in the woods? No. Okay.
No.
Lulu is not a Bigfoot.
No.
Oh, we're still talking
about when I was 11.
We're still talking about Bigfoot? I thought we changed topics when we started talking about going out in the woods and banging trees with our sticks and howling at the moon. I didn't realize.
All the same.
I live in Bigfoot country, but I'm not a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We did it all the time as kids.
But yeah, you can bang sticks on trees and howl into the forest. I don't know what might come and attack your ass, but
so
good
next
luck
time
to you.
you do that, bring some type of recording device because we want to hear it.
Of course, the most important thing that you got to remember.
Pause.
Got to hold the camera.
I can't see what is that?
That's right. Oh, he's turning the camera. Yeah, that's
camera.
You got to turn it and
Otherwise
hold it
it's
the
not
right
real.
way.
Really
Not this. this.
They use the expensive cameras, so it's okay. Oh, yep.
Well, then again, if you're filming Bigfoot, it's a tall creature, so you might actually want to. Never mind. Anyways.
Oh, if you do a search on YouTube, just the word Bigfoot, Finding Bigfoot's Bob Bobo Fay got his hands on the Sasquatch.
Okay.
Oh, Conan O'Brien. Jane Goodall says how Bigfoot might be real.
Okay.
Famous biologist. Howl in the Woods, Finding Bigfoot. I'll tell you how to do it. Oh, yeah. You can have a lot of fun on YouTube.
Hey, I just thought about this. I think actually, Brian, Venison, you two are actually old enough. Do you remember when we actually found out the truth behind Bigfoot years ago? Do you remember what that was?
With the big video?
No. Think about this. The $6 Million Man explained it. Remember?
Oh, that.
Oh, I must have missed that episode.
Oh, you need to go back and revisit that. Yes, Bigfoot is an artificial being that was created by aliens that are living in this mountain, and they send Bigfoot out to go and collect stuff. Not making this up.
And that's what D.B. Cooper was trying to find.
So you're not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear about that version.
I take it back. I said I'm wrong. I said $6 Million Man. It's the Bionic Woman. It was that It was that series.
Oh.
So do it, Johnny. Do a favor. Check me out. Do Bionic Woman and Bigfoot, and see what you find. Or maybe Abominable Snowman. It's one of the two.
All right. Bionic Woman, Bigfoot.
It's kind of all the same.
Now, do you want me to find the porn version of that, or no?
Well,
Never mind.
I'm not sure. I don't think you're going to have a choice. You're probably going to get both.
Okay. Well, it is a 44-minute episode.
Okay, so I'm right.
But yeah.
There you go. There it is. There it is. Right there.
Oh,
there's proof right there.
It's on Bionic Woman, Bigfoot. You'll see the wiki that describes
it. It's on the internet. It's on the internet. It has to be true.
And it must be true.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you picked the wrong getaway driver.
Gonna be paying for this for a long time.
Oh, that's an advertisement. Never mind. But yes, it is on the internet. Go find it. And
there you go.
Or don't.
All this time, all they had to do was do a 1970s rerun.
There we go.
Was it Lindsay Wagner? Was that her name?
Yeah, I believe so.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been an enlightening.
It's riveting. It's been riveting.
It's been riveting.
Right.
Been riveting.
Totally riveting. Yes.
Yes. And
came out of that dark hole that we were in.
Yeah. Well, I think the dryer helped get us out of the dark hole.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right.
Is that a great blast from the past or what they're doing?
It was.
The dryer.
I missed the dryer. I missed the dryer.
I still wish I had the file of like the 2 or 3 mornings that I actually did that. I did. That was another one of those files that just never got backed up and got lost with the great hard drive crash of 08. But, man, lost so much on that crash.
I didn't know you you really did do a stream of that, though.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
I did. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. And but I grew tired of it after 2 or 3 times, and I
think at the time it used to. Well, it isn't. Back then it took a little longer to do. There wasn't such thing as going live on your phone back then.
No. Well, I mean, the thing is, I usually kept my computer on overnight, so it was basically get up, turn on the monitor. I think I would like set up the microphone the night before. Because I actually did an intro. So I would, hit the go live button, and you'd hear a very tired, wish I was still asleep Gators going, "Oh, welcome to Wake Up with Gators. We're going to turn on the dryer, dry my shirt." And when it would squeal anyways, even though the whole premise was that it didn't squeal when put on microphone. So that was the Yeah.
Hey, this is Johnny Gators reminding you to tune in every Monday through Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. for Wake Up with Gators.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you know what? We could check with NHB. Maybe there's still a little slot. You could actually do that again.
I don't have a squealing dryer anymore, though.
We'd have to.
Yeah, but you've got the sound.
Yes, I've got sound effects.
I don't, but I have me talking over. I don't think I have enough of an isolated segment of it to do it.
Hey, this is Johnny.
Maybe I do.
On NHB Radio Network.
I only have.
Just take a clip and loop it, right?
But I only have 2 seconds of it by itself. No.
Well, and that totally turns into an alien spacecraft landing.
Johnny,
Damn, I can't even play that.
Listen, you go out and buy old TVs all the time. I'm sure you could buy an old dryer that squeaks.
I've done that twice. I've done that
See if you could do that. Do a Google search for old squeaky dryer for sale.
So Johnny, do you have a nice portable recording device?
I got something that I could rig up. Yeah.
So go around and check all of your doors to see if you have a good squeak.
Okay, I guess I could. You know what I could do?
That's a good sound.
I could go start knocking on neighbors' doors and going, "Hi, does your dryer squeal? Could I get a recording of it?"
Yeah, why don't you come try that in my neighborhood and see how that works out for you?
Yeah. They have guns in Kansas.
Yeah, your dryer doesn't make a sound, but your gun sure does.
Just a couple.
Not very social people.
Only under Gators
in
Kansas.
Yet that didn't stop the neighborhood kids from playing Ding Dong Ditch on your house. It's just
no, Bill did it. No, we don't need a gun for that. We have a school teacher that takes care of that.
Poor kids, just trying to have a little fun on a Saturday afternoon.
Didn't know what hit them.
Oh, it was great because you see the video they run up, they run away, and then you see the storming Mrs. Dune, marching straight forward. Boom, boom.
Wow.
Yep. She went and took care of the situation. I was like, I was so proud of her at that moment too.
All they did was push a button. Come on, they're kids. Let them have fun.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm an old fart now. You have to get mad at stuff like that.
Oh well.
Oh my God, anti-kid people.
So doing. You know what the next step is? Get one of those Ring video doorbells.
Oh, got one now. But I had cameras.
Dude. He's got cameras all over his place.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the coolest thing that you've captured?
Well, I think you got that.
Nothing.
You got that crook cutting through the backyard, jumping over the fence, right?
Got that one, but those were on the security cameras. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, that's
the one where he's naked chasing the dog.
No. Not as far as I know.
So I've only had mine for a couple of weeks, but I have two times neighborhood cat visited us.
Mm-hmm.
And one time, I have a crow that came up to the. He was strutting his stuff.
I've had some pretty freaky cool. when a spider crawls across it. That'll make your skin crawl.
Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
That'll make you. That'll make you wish you. That'll make you want to, call the insurance company. Go. There's a fire. Spontaneously broke out at my house.
There you go. Anyways, on that note, we have reached the end of yet another fun-filled episode of
Insert Title here.
And
what was that noise?
Oh, damn! Sorry, I can't play that fucking file on here.
That's me. That's me getting my meds for the night. Sorry.
Okay.
Because now that's not going to make you take all the mirrors off the wall, is it?
No, not that kind of.
Not that kind of. Anyways, we do try to be educational here. I think we've all learned a whole lot. Lulu, what have you learned this week?
I've learned that Dune takes meds.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian, what have you learned this week?
Bigfoot is real.
And Venison, what have you learned this week?
I've learned today.
Oh, your
what?
Your audio cut.
What?
Oh my God, he's gone. He's gone. Venison.
He's back. He's back.
And fucked up again.
All right, so we missed. What
Oh,
did you get?
God.
What did you learn?
I didn't learn anything. Well, my equipment kept fucking up.
You
Windows
learned
7 sucks.
Yes, that is what he learned, and I learned. I learned. Thank you, Dune, for teaching me my new happy place to go to.
Yes.
Whenever I start to feel
You're
the desolation
welcome.
kick in.
You need to find that video now.
I just got to imagine two groups of Bigfoot hunters on opposite sides of a mountain playing mating calls back and forth to each other.
Yes.
And that just fills me with a level of joy I can't even describe.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you, Dune.
Absolutely.
What have you learned, Dune?
Bigfoot fetish, huh?
What have you learned, Dune?
You know, so many things are gleaned, but one in particular is that the silent noise is correct. That you're doing the streams right if your PC is just inches away from bursting into flames.
I have achieved that much.
You have achieved awesomeness.
Right. I mean, like a little bit of smoke, but no flames yet. So
that's right. It's just got to be right on the edge.
Right on the edge. Right on the edge right there. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening. We're going to go raid the Elephant Ballet if you're watching on Twitch. So stay tuned and good night.
We'll go check them out. Take care, dude.
See ya.
Yeah.
Where's the button? There it is.
We're going to raid them with a whole 2 viewers.
Oh, boy.
All right. Good night.
Why isn't anything working? And why did it pick tonight?